It's another special edition of the Brett Allen Show, a pop culture podcast where we talk to your favorite actors, celebrities, directors, and more from film and television. And today we are talking about Crossing Swords Season 2 on Hulu, December 10th. This has been a cavalcade of interviews, but now we have two of the masterminds behind this project that is just over the top. Tom Root and John Harvatine, welcome to the show. It's great to have you.
Hi, thanks so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Yes. Well, this show is absolutely hilarious. Season 2, just when you can't think that somebody can outdo themselves, you have certainly done it for this. Tom, we'll start with you. I mean, let's just roll back a little bit and talk about even the concept. I think most of our listeners are familiar with your work, all the things that you've done, that you've been a part of, all the animated projects. But let's talk about this and how you all came up with this idea and sort of what the genesis is behind this fantastic series, by the way. Some of the best I've seen in a long time.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, with stop motion, well, actually with any animation, so much of it is coming up with a unique look and style for it. You want it to look different than anything else. And we had done so much with toys, with Robot Chicken, that it felt like there wasn't much ground left to cover. But there was always this thought that we wanted to do animated peg toys, like yes. Really simple toys that very young children played with when Harv and I were growing up. And the reason we wanted to do that was because they were very, very cute. They were sort of the cutest possible toys that we could think of. And the contrast between cute and telling really mature, disgusting stories yes. was something that really appealed to us. And so that was really the genesis of the story, is like that the look came first.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 47 and I played with those types of toys and probably had similar discussions with my friends at some of the topics that you cover, which got me grounded. Adam and I were joking about that in a previous conversation. John, again, you have also been a part of amazing stop animation. I mean, all the things that you've done. How did you get involved with this particular project? I know Seth Green is also at the helm of this and just so many amazing people, but what interested you about it and made you go, I have to dip my toes in this one for sure?
Yeah, well, there's a few things. Early in my career, when I first started animating stop motion, I did this kid show with little people type characters. And I was doing that and I was thinking about how I didn't really like doing kids animation. I just wish they were doing more adult things. So that kind of always was in the back of my head. And then speaking with Root, I don't know, it was 10 years ago or so, who really loves adult things. We were talking about
oh my goodness.
How we could take these characters and do something more fun with them. So that's kind of how it started, is just looking at the characters and seeing how we can make these things do kind of more adult stories with them.
That is so funny. Like, this is like just listening to both of you talk. You are saying the things that I think most people our age thought at one point. And there was a cartoon on in the 80s. It was I can't remember the name of it. Something After Dark or whatever. And it was a cartoon series. And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I wish I could remember the name, but it sort of dealt with very adult subject matter as well. One of the things I got in trouble for watching when I was little. Tom, I want to ask you again, we kind of talked about the fact that you've been a part of so many different things, but when you are coming up with a season 1 and you've got that, and now a season 2, are there any challenges that you face as a content creator to go, okay, what are some new things that we can cover? Or is it just a deep well of ideas? Because I mean, it's just, again, things that we think about, but wouldn't say, but you guys have taken to the screen, so to speak.
Well, we keep it very loose. Like, we know where Patrick's story is going. And then it's just a matter of like, what fun do we want to fill each episode with as we're following Patrick's story? And because the visuals are so important to the show, a lot of what we come up with are like if we're playing with toys, what play sets do we want the toys to visit in this episode?
Got it.
So, for example, King Merriman goes to the circus, and we knew that we were going to have to write a reason for the circus to happen, but we knew we wanted that to be the backdrop. And a lot of episodes happen that way. And we sort of trust that we're going to fill that episode with, we always know we'll fill the episode with comedy. We always figure we'll get the story there. And then if we have anything profound to say, which rarely happens, but it'll happen organically too and just sort of show up. And that's really how these episodes come together.
I love it. John, one last question here as we wrap up. I'm very curious because when you get so many great minds together like yourself, you do all the robot chickens and just talking about some crazy things. And then you get Seth in the room. Do you ever find yourself going, this is a little bit much? I'm just very curious because you talk about so many great things. I'm interested to find out where things stop and start as far as what we're going to do, or you just go for it. And, we go, this is funny. We think it's hilarious. And this will play, interestingly enough.
I think that maybe to respond to the too much part of it is whenever we start a season and we have a big studio where we shoot stuff that has about 25 big stages of setups. We have 15 animators. The hardest part is getting it moving. So it's like the day one, there's 80 people looking for what to do, how to start. And it's kind of getting the train rolling is the overwhelming part of everyone's got a job to do. We all work together. And how do we do those specific jobs together is kind of the part that's always hardest to get moving. But once the train's moving, every day is just the constant fun battle of creating stop motion animation, sometimes in a pandemic, but it's still fun and rewarding.
Yeah, Tom, I would love to hear your thoughts on that as well, because I imagine I've been on movie sets and things like that. And when a lot of great minds get together, there's a lot of conversation and joking and laughing. Who is the serious one in the group who says, okay, enough is enough. We need to keep the train moving, as John alluded to, and focus here because time is money.
Well, we have producers whose job it is to look at the checkbook.
Okay, very well.
At all moments.
Okay.
And look at the bottom line every second of every day. And we think we're in charge, but really
right.
that the checkbook is in charge. And we get reminded of that constantly. So yeah, there's always we think we're having fun all day, but that reality comes crashing to earth pretty quick when money's involved.
Love it. Well, Tom and John, thank you so much for your time. Love season 2. It's been an honor chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.